This segment was brought to you by Crew TV Digital Media Network. Welcome. This is a big episode. Welcome to another episode of I Quit My Job, where ordinary stories lead to extraordinary inspirations. And so today's guest is no other than RAYSEE. It's a pleasure to just connect with this young man on Instagram, of all things, watch some of his videos, comedic videos. And so this is all about I Quit My Job. It's all about, that transition, but he's going into a very interesting industry in terms of using comedy as one of the sources or one of his tools to get through what he's doing and also making a career for it. So, RAYSEE, I just want to thank you so much for showing up, bro. Who are you, brother, and what are you doing now? And then so that we can take the story from there.
Thank you. I go as RAYSEE on the social media platforms, and that's, I guess, my stage name for some comedy, I guess. Mm-hmm. Right after that, all true. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I haven't engaged in podcasts in a while. We're gonna dive into some deep topics.
Right. Nice.
It's a little bit.
So then we'll just take it easy and just make you all feel comfortable here. Everybody put your foot up. You're in the couch right now, and this is going to be some therapy along the way. Video therapy.
Because when individuals ask me, have you ever watched a TV show called Martin? Back in the day, Martin?
Are you talking about the black?
Yeah, Martin Lawrence. Yeah. It's called Martin. It was a sitcom TV show. Of course. Remember Tommy, baldhead Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
What does he do?
He knocks on the door, and he was the guy in the glasses. I'm not sure.
No, Tommy. But what? When people asked him what type of job he did,
I don't know. I can't remember even going that deep on what Tommy did. Wasn't he a DJ or something?
No one knew what job he did. He was like an entrepreneur. He can't
Is that who he was? Shit, I didn't even know. That was
no one knew what kind of job he had. So when speaking, I do so many things. So I feel like a Tommy at times.
Okay.
Comedy, motivational speaking, aspiring actor. I do some writing. So there's a lot of other things. Those are the things that I would hold to passion in doing compared to my other skills that I have. I have a long list of the jack of all trades, or those Joe jobs. Right. So those are a lot of those where I have a lot of experience in those, where I don't really like to highlight those. Right. Because if I have to bring those up, then that's my skill set. I don't really want to be, that's my plan B or C. Right. Because it takes away from.
So you got a brand. So you're branding yourself
slowly.
Right now.
Nice. I'm learning how to brand. Right. Not really. I'm doing this all on my own. So it's great to have, learning.
Nice. Okay. So that's what you're currently doing. The list of all those things, you're currently doing that right now.
Yeah, it's a juggle. So it's right now. I guess I got to really focus on exactly. Mm-hmm. Not the niche, but focus on it and calendar everything. Really plan it.
Right.
Like your days are numbered, and this is your business, and that's your growth on it. And
right. Oh, nice. And you're incorporating a lot of those skills together as one. So this is like revenue sources.
Yeah. And the scary thing with this is now, not everything's gonna hit. So I'm gonna have to cut some things. So you know what I mean? If I wanted to do comedy full time, I cannot do motivational speaking or those types of talks full time.
Well, maybe not full time.
It would be a battle between the two.
Right, but I think it's almost the same thing. I know comedic, you're speaking, maybe you're on an act, maybe you're on TV, maybe you're on that. But I think just doing motivational speaking on your phone in your time frame is another way, and they access it through some masterclass, or they access it through your master classes that you do.
I'm not that funny, so there's a lot of comedians out there with so I'm still learning the craft. So
it's just like they say, a tall guy, a big guy, a little guy. Not
I'm
really classifying
as a skinny person. I can't even say that.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? I have my own.
I might get offended, brother.
That's a whole one. Yeah. For real, it was difficult for me to do a lot of the stage stuff because of my body. Not my body, but I looked very frail at times. So
right. So now we're gonna jump into it. This is pretty cool, getting to know you a little bit. So if anything that comes out of weight, because we're two skinny guys, don't take it too personal. You know what I mean?
That's like nightmare. It's like skinny people have problems. They're skinny. can't gain no weight.
I
You
know,
eat
I know.
air.
It's tight.
It's
It's
so much
tight.
air
It's
in the
tight.
stars.
And when you do see a skinny person out there, don't say, "Hey, you look like you're losing weight."
Oh, that's true.
Don't say that. That's the worst thing you could say. But anyhow, enough of the skinny people jokes. So as you know, my man, again, thank you for showing up. This is all about I quit my job and changing careers or finding that career. So what is your quit my job story? What is your that got you into saying, hey, I'm gonna do these multiple things to move forward, Share a little bit of that, brother.
For me, to find careers in the last decade or so.
Careers could be your life. Careers could be how you look at what you've been doing. You could be an entrepreneur your whole life. You're changing different avenues in it, or you got smarter in it, or what's adjusting now to make you make these changes to say, hey, I'm gonna look at this as opposed to what I was doing before.
Well, before, really my passion is performance arts or stage. That was my passion from beginning of time, from little person until lifestyle changes or bad lifestyle choices that ended up me in personal development or confinement.
Personal development and confinement.
That's
a wordsmith. Can you break it down in layman terms here?
Layman terms is I did some things, not nice things. So I did some crime and I did some time. So so that where getting into career paths or doing certain jobs, it's a little bit more difficult. But I still managed doing whatever stuff. And now it's trying to focus on my passion.
Right. I mean, brother, you're speaking to somebody who's been through something close, similar in terms of legal issues. Yeah. So, of course, on the outside, it's going to slow up a lot of the things that you want to do in terms of momentum and how fast or how quickly you may want to acquire. But those are just part of the processes. If your real goal is to develop, then there'll be some of the processes that you maybe have to go through.
Barriers I see in the pie. Worst case to say, if there was a pie of individuals that had criminals,
right?
How do those criminals?
That term is a killer.
Yes,
how
do you use or how do you see that pie of criminals now? Which ones are going to survive? How are they going to navigate?
Right.
Are they going to, So it's very difficult for a lot of individuals that have these records now to find great employment. Right. You have to really start your own business if you're a criminal now, or you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only, or not only option, but that's the suggested, or the most, to get the most.
Right.
Compared to working for someone, and you're on a leash.
You will now become that person that can now shed that light on somebody else that you speak about that's in that can actually, success or not, and who defines success, right?
I appreciate that. I guess one type of employment I had, one exit was I got assaulted at work, so this was great. I got shoved. First reaction is to shove the person back. I did not shove the person back. I don't even know this word. I did shove the person back. Right. I yelled, conduct yourself professionally in the workplace, like a stupid person.
Right.
And I gave myself a timeout. I went outside. Just for a breather, because the guy pushed me. I should have pushed him back. It should have been a fight.
Right.
That didn't happen. I conducted myself stupidly.
Why do you say stupidly?
I guess because it could have been a different reality.
Right.
And I guess I'm happy I'm not in that reality, and I don't have to ponder. Because if there was a simple shove back, I wouldn't have that job.
So is this after your first issues of going through certain illegal things, and then you're
this is just not too long ago. This is after.
So this is after.
Yeah.
But at least now you kind of know what those repercussions could be.
That'll take away time from my time. Simple as that. I have to be really nice with my movements. I can't a law-abiding citizen, peaceful. This is regular people stuff that you should be doing.
Right.
That's the first layer. So just do that and then do more.
What is the moment, what was that career moment, that career change to get you here right now? Or change?
I don't really want to say it was being shoved at the one.
Right. I got shoved.
I had to shove him back.
That's shoved. Everybody's
No,
like,
he shoved me a
oh.
few times. It wasn't one shove, bro.
No, you know what it is? You got to
It was
inspire.
instigating
Yeah.
behavior. Look, I'm talking. I'm talking like HR.
There's a bunch of hungry eyes just like looking up at the monitor. Goes, what did he really do? No, seriously. What was it? What is he overcoming?
No, there's no way he raised his voice and yelled at him. He didn't say mother effer. I had to navigate quickly because I have my personal life as well.
Right. And what are you jumping back from? You know what I'm saying?
Right now, I guess it's living situations or whatever it may be. Because we live in Toronto. Or I live in Toronto, and it's great. Not like that. Like, when I say great, I'm not being happy when I say it's great. There's situations where if you find yourself in a horrible situation, it's only going to go down. It's really hard to jump up.
Right.
So I'm blessed. The couches I got to sleep on, people like So I'm super blessed for those situations. Thank you for those ones. Literally, I went homeless. I went homeless. I went homeless pursuing my passion. Like if you have a business, you're gonna go homeless. Like that. Like you gotta go. It happens.
So I see you on stage now. No. Like that's it, man. I want you like kind of,
You quit your job. You didn't quit your job.
Not quit your job, but
and then you go homeless. What are you gonna do after?
They shoved me and I went homeless.
I should make comedy from that, bro. It hurts.
So, and a lot of this, that was comedy. There's comedy, guys. There's a lot of comedy being said here. There was a lot of David Letterman kind of humor. So some of the things, we'll decipher in the end.
I greatly appreciate this. Like that's the therapy aspect for me. I make light of a lot of my negative or bad situations. That's the only way I can see for me to get through it compared to really crying or getting really angry about it.
Right.
And hopefully learn something from it.
Right.
So I learned a lot from that. Emotional intelligence at the most there.
So I see you on the circuit doing this comedy stuff.
Oh.
So I see you talk about this stuff like, robbing banks and shit. Like explain that whole thing, brother.
This is basically what landed me to stages is the robberies in a way. I went to school for accounting. So prior times before 2012, like the great old days, I was going to school. I was going to college. I was going to college for accounting at Sheridan, and I ended up where I had a lifestyle, so I had an addiction as well. I was working 2 jobs and going to school. Sad story. Sounds like a lot of other people are doing the same thing, but they don't have addiction added on to that. So I was juggling all that. Meanwhile, it was looking natural.
Right.
Like no problem at all. It was really uncontrollable, and I ended up robbing 6 banks and 2 retail establishments. I joke about those things or bring light to those things on stage. Maybe I'm still not funny with it and I still have to work on it, but I hope in the future that I would be able to do like maybe a TED Talk with light humor on that.
Where nobody's clutching their purse.
Yeah, for real. You saw that?
Oh, wow. No. That doesn't come to mind. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's the first thing. No, that's
but
a
I know.
natural
But
reaction.
once you say that, the room went quiet in here.
Yeah, no.
I haven't seen the lights dimmed a bit or it got brighter, one of the two.
I was out on a live not too long ago and I haven't seen her in time. I'm like, bank robbing comedian, remember? And the first thing she does is grab her purse on the live. That's something like you saw.
No, I didn't see anything like that.
That's a reaction.
That, but just you saying that is just me trying to be funny at the same time.
If I didn't do the robberies, I'd probably be doing accounting right now.
Right.
Like that's compared to what I was doing.
That could be a second robbery. That could be a second type of robbery.
So that's what landed me after, because going through the whole ropes of turning myself in, it was a nightmare.
Right.
It was a huge nightmare. It's either continue the robberies, commit suicide, or turn yourself in. I turned myself in, which felt like suicide.
Right.
No, legit. Like you gotta be.
Right.
It was a horrible path to go on. So I'm glad and blessed to be here today.
So up on your first day of like changing that career to say, hey, now I'm here. What am I gonna do next? Like, what was that like? What was those moments like?
The moments for those is you don't even know, because it's not. I don't have anything consistent on my calendar because I was navigating without identification.
Right.
So I've been doing that for. I shouldn't even. I've been doing that for the longest time, and that's something I deeply regret. And I'm happy now that I'm slowly in the process. Like I'm almost like a proper person with all their documentations, where everyone should have documentations.
Right.
Like that's normal, right?
Right.
I was under a false belief that you don't need any of this stuff.
Right.
Like you don't need a high school. You know what I mean? All these stupid papers. You need some of these things, and you do need documents to prove who you are. You can't just say, "Hey, it's me."
Right.
Like,
Remember? So how did you figure out now? Because like you said, you like performance art.
Yeah.
So how did you say that's going to be the avenue to kind of make a way?
I did it for passion first. I guess I still do it for passion. I don't make much money from it, and when I do, I usually give it away.
Right.
Stupidness. It's like a lot of the stuff is I had to find the work myself. It was unfortunate, sad. Like I got to like one thing I did not ever expect doing is speaking in a college.
Right.
That was idiot, but that wasn't comedy. That was the motivational speaking, obstacle talking. So that was very interesting.
Oh, so you did motivational speaking
Yeah,
in
yeah,
high
yeah.
school? Nice.
No, in college. This
In college.
is not me in college. This is not too long ago, a few years ago.
Right.
I got to speak in a college.
Oh,
So
that's it.
I got a
That's
gig
it.
in a college to speak,
Right.
and me not finishing college, and I'm speaking to a graduating class.
Mhm.
It was very it was like a dream
Mhm.
because those things you're not supposed to ever see.
Right. So
You know what I mean? That's my personal
no,
goal.
but that was just like one of the steps forward. Like now that you've made that career change, that's just one of those like testimonial. That's one of those lived experience moments now,
Mm.
where what you went through can never be taught in a book, at least to those people at that moment. And so whatever you were saying at that moment is a key because they saw something, right? So I think that's pretty sick, bro. Like
It's scary,
to
though,
do a lot of
'cause-
that kind of speaking because it is real, you know.
Right?
So I'm just bringing this back here.
Because I was going through a huge
So
addiction.
you're also going through addiction as well.
Yeah, that was. Thank you. that is like not like that, but like my life is,
Right.
I guess like not normal, but you know what I mean. Like I don't have that first thought of that where everything is, I guess like how it should be.
Right.
I can pass a test,
Mhm.
which is great.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
so you know what I mean.
That's
That's
amazing.
the fun stuff now.
Mhm.
You can't tell me anything. I can pee.
Oh, that's nice, brother. That's nice. So this is where like the inspiration's coming. So, you sharing like, some of the stories or, parts of it coming from where you're coming from, or experiences that you've had, to kind of say, hey, I want to make myself a little bit better and all that. What can you say to somebody that's like, looking at you and just saying like, shit, look, this guy is following the steps? Because there's other things I want to talk about. What would you say to them after they've been through some of their situations, got a little curve on it, and now they have to make that next step towards something? What advice would you give them?
I sound like a hypocrite because like
Right.
don't give up, work on it. Sometimes, no, for real, you're gonna have to cut out a lot of things. There's gonna be a lot of discipline. You're not gonna like the discipline, and you're just gonna reap the rewards from the discipline after. No facts.
Right.
Small little changes to your thoughts and what you do, your actions, huge. Not everyone's gonna agree with you at those moments, and that's gonna be okay because you're gonna be a new person, a better person, and they may not agree with that. Know your lane, and then just keep at it.
Right.
Because you have to be the worst thing to say, like your own cheerleader, your own hype man. You have to be everything for yourself before everyone could be okay with that. Some people are gonna see it, they're gonna know it until you get all the tools. Because it's like you're preparing yourself for something when it's there. Because sometimes you may believe you're ready, but when you go do it,
Right. You're not ready.
you're not ready yet.
And now you're in recovery mode. In recovery mode, you still got to stay afloat because life continues. So now to adjust to this whole period of life, how did all that go? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess to adjust to everything, it still feels like I guess it would say like a hurricane
Right.
or like a tornado, and you're in the storm, and it's still always like that.
Mhm.
You're just that's how I feel. I'm always in a storm.
Right.
And I'm just navigating it,
Mhm.
going through the storm,
Right.
without taking much damage or just looking like you're unaffected by the storm.
Okay, you're unaffected by the storm. I like that. So in the storm, while you're like while you're doing this, right? So I see you do things down at, I don't know if it's the Comedy Factory or maybe I'm off on that.
I go to one spot that I like. I
Right.
prefer is the Real Jerk. It's a business there. The Real Jerk Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
They do. It's a Jamaican restaurant. It's a cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
They do music. on certain days, comedy. They do a lot of stuff there. They have
Right.
great food, so I
Right.
support the venue. It's great vibes.
Was that a plug for those guys or what?
Yeah,
That
it's free
came-
plug for them. No, I
that came
appreciate
out
their
of
business. I
That
loyalty
came
to the business.
I came out of nowhere.
Loyalty to the business.
I was talking about some lessons. In
Second City, sorry, Second City. That's where I perform comedy at times. They do comedy there, but
Okay,
I've been
okay.
doing writing courses or writing class at Second City.
Okay,
That's the place to talk to you about. It's a ritual because I'm there. I'm at Second City Wednesday, and
Right.
right after Second City, I'm over there. So that's my 24. So
Oh, so you just wanted to skip the Second City part because they didn't pay. That's really cool. Second City and this all things. And also, I see you're also doing the Toastmasters because funny enough, I saw you last week in this building.
It was suggested by a
Serve
local
wine,
MPP
so.
to do the Toastmasters.
Oh, nice, nice.
So they are great speaking. They speak really well. So I'm trying to figure out like how do a lot of these individuals speak so like articulate, like they're able to navigate a debate, state their opinions or even facts where it's a set match. Where you know, like what are you gonna say? They're up for a debate.
It's
You know
a
what I
set
mean?
match.
So
So you're going into any debate as a winner.
I'm learning slowly. Like English is my weakest. English is not like my strongest suit.
Right,
It has been science and math, like
Right, right.
killer, like murders.
Right.
And now I have to learn to speak English.
Right.
Or, not learn to speak English. Learn to speak.
Kind of made me nervous there for
English is my first language. So
okay.
Toastmasters,
okay.
I would suggest. I'm learning a lot from it. It's great. So
Okay,
with those
okay.
tools there, I would hope in the future I would be able to navigate hopefully really well.
So now we're going to get into another segment, which was brought to you by. If you guys are in the lineup right
Everybody
now,
laughs, nobody gets hurt.
Nobody
That
gets
used to be
hurt.
my merch.
yeah,
This is horrible. Like this is like how grinding work. Like when you are on the grind for work, I
Right.
got a gig to be a cleaner.
right.
And basically I had to clean like a house.
Mhm.
So there was the washroom part, and the lady wanted me to clean the shower
Mhm.
without my clothes.
Without your clothes.
Yeah, that's why there's bleach
Mm.
spots on this because I kept the shirt on.
Okay,
Shut.
pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. This hurts.
Shout out to Bleach. I went, what?
yeah, yeah. You know, I could have made extra, right? I could have made
I
extra.
saw the mom start pushing the little kids in the room.
What? That's a side gig, you know
The
what I
story is
mean?
about to change.
That's a side gig. Should I take this off? I'm gonna do.
No. What? What are you doing? Are you selling? Are you selling that one? Okay.
So, this took off the professional risk taker.
Professional risk taker. No one's ever taken off their shirt on stage before. Oh, that's nice. What does it say?
Everybody laughs, nobody gets hurt.
Oh, nice.
I used to yell that out when I first started.
Oh, seeing. I thought like part of your game when you're doing the banks, you're like, hey, just put it all in there. Keep laughing. No, I don't mean to make light of shit, bro.
I appreciate it.
So part of it, we all got it, man. If you hang with my crew, they'll be on you for hours till you're crying. That's the kind of only mental health men get. To get beat down while you're crying in the alley walking home. Fuck those dudes. Like, nah, excuse the language, but you know, they're not my friends.
See, I can't lie. Like, I can't write this
but
stuff
it's so
up.
sick, though. Like, the bleach stains work with I thought it was part of the whole makeup.
There's a
of the
few people
shirt.
that actually have these shirts, too. It's sad.
No, but no, the bleach stains match. Like, that's amazing. Because they're orchestrated in certain parts. You're like, wash my back.
That's good. That's good. Wash my back.
How's that? Has that helped your career? The trajectory of your career? You like, being in Toastmaster?
Comedy, because that's been like this performance arts, comedy. It's been a huge part of my life from small to like it got me through prison.
Right.
I told stupid jokes, and it saved my life.
Right.
And then when I got out, I guess sometimes you can be feeling down, this and that,
Right.
and laughter is like the best medicine.
Now that you're now in this career and you're doing all the things to improve your your personal performances? Like, like, where do you want to take this? Like,
For
the combination of everything that you
everything
put
there,
into one. Like, where do you want to go?
I would hope some talks like real talks on like mental health, stigma, so like mental health, suicide, substance abuse. That there would be catered towards like don't do crime to the youth, because adults now they may know better, so that's where the jokes can go in, where I can shit on the truth.
Right,
Where it's not so nice at times, but it could be fun to see how stupid someone can be and recover.
But you're here though.
Yeah. Substance abuse, like the lifestyle, mental health, like everyone's going through it. No one's talking about it.
Right.
So if we had a discussion about it, we would have preventable deaths, man. Just call up your boy, call up one of your homegirls, say, hey, how you doing? Yo, did you eat today? Simple things. Some people don't check up. Simple checkups.
Right.
Like that was a thing, right? COVID, huh?
Yeah.
And then the worst thing to say is when one of your peoples do go through that, worst thing is if they do, everyone's like, oh, like all supportive all of a sudden. I wish I would have known, or, you could have just done that phone call.
Right,
right. You could have just, or be nicer. Authentically nice,
Right.
There's friends that could be beep assholes, but they're doing it in friendly moments. You know what I mean? They're not doing it to kick you down into the ground. And if that's someone that's doing that, it's probably suggested you reassess your friendship.
Yeah, like what would be your legacy?
Oh, wow.
Or what would you like your legacy
I would
to be?
like to have my legacy would be this, us having a smile with grace, going through a storm, even though it could be sunny. For real. Like, for say you're going like I don't like bringing up like grieving and all that weird stuff, because some people, it happens to everyone. Right. It goes to someone is affected by something, and some people may not be able to speak about it or come to terms with it. So it's just dealing with those things. I guess it's called emotional intelligence. How to build more emotional intelligence. Right. Like real, because it's crucial.
So as your emotional intelligence became this new AI term, you know what I'm saying? Like it's this new thing.
A lot of people know about it.
This new term, emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it's real. Emotional intelligence, as much as it may sound stupid, right? I went to prison.
I'm not saying it's
I went to this place. Like when I say it's for personal development, that's like a bad joke, but it's true. There was some personal development while I was incarcerated,
of course.
And also when I was on parole, they had like programs as well.
Right.
They have a thing where they show you about this emotional intelligence. It's a whole circle. It's a spectrum. They have it where they show different parts, like mad, angry. There's different degrees of anger. Right. When one doesn't have their aggression, like when down, the last resort or what's going to happen, guaranteed, is violence. Right. So when you're aware of these things now, you can prevent things. Like meditation for people is good. It saves lives. It helps with the brain. No, we're real.
Meditation, the director, one of the famous directors.
Julian Lutz, Director Ed.
No, like I see him really speak on that, and he takes it personal, just based on his lived experience, and so like I see him do his thing, and I'm like, oh, this is cool,
That's the conflict I have a huge, not like that, like as a comedian, right? There's so many things that you can say and supposedly not say. And
do they have a list of those things?
Pardon?
Do they have a list? Or does
There's things suggested. These are made up things, I believe.
As they go.
To each their own. It's like when you go into work, it's up to you if you want to tell off your boss because they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like if it's unsafe, and you're like, yo, this is unsafe. Right. You can't say that.
Yeah.
So like if you want to be your own person and say something where it's really difficult on stage and you want to try it out, if you want to, because there's lines basically like racism, ageism, all the little things that separate people.
Wow. People take it separation. I thought you meant divide. Like speaking on it on stage.
When you're doing it in a separation, in a malice way, causing hate or, classifying people as stereotypes. No, that's where everybody laughs, nobody gets hurt. Into play. Right. Where I would hope everyone laughs and no one gets hurt, even though we're all in pain. Can't say it like that, right? It's a hard job.
Everybody laughs, no one gets hurt. I like that. No, that's sick. That's kind of one thing I would like to do, walk into the room and like, yo, somebody's hailing me up. Like, everybody laughs. Nobody gets hurt. It'll just break the ice. You know what I mean? You'll be see like people sitting on wet spots now because the ice is now melted. Like, what happened to you?
That's proper. I didn't fully see it like that too. You know that there is like
those are icebreakers. You know what I mean? When you're walking into the room.
times.
But think about that though. This statement right there.
Hey,
Everybody laughs, nobody gets hurt. Could break a political argument that families or friends always have. Just be that one guy who'll just stand up and say that. And then now you get more people to say that when they can, you get almost to your threshold of like, okay, I'm getting to the point where you can see it's getting tense. And as you said, the end result might be physical. So now they all have it. It's just like that one thing where somebody goes, just think. Just think before you get to that point. Like,
when I was a little person, I went to school. And
when you're a little person.
Yeah, I was a kid, right? I went to school. I went to Highfield, right? This is right.
When you're an adult and you're just a little person.
I was a conflict manager. So basically,
as a little person?
Yeah, a little person. I could wear a sash, like literally wear a sash, green
so
sash.
What is a little person like?
Yeah, I was probably like maybe 7, 8 years old.
Okay. Just want to clarify.
Oh yeah. Oh. I didn't even see that one. No, I wasn't even thinking that. I was like, yo, I'm a little.
Right, yeah.
So other individuals. See, this is where wording is so important.
Language is key.
But it's the intentions. See, my intentions wasn't so other individuals may. Thank you. This is learning to speak correctly.
Little guy.
Yeah. When I was a kid, but that sounds so wrong. That sounds like goat. De-escalating situations with comedy. Because if you can laugh at things, you imagine if all the world leaders were laughing with each other right now.
Right.
I would give them all drugs. I'd give them all edibles.
And they're all laughing.
Yeah.
So out of the political satire, we had like quit my job. So
yeah.
So out of that political satire, that was good, man. That was good. Taking that route, being comedic, improving your skills, Toastmaster, actually doing Second City. Like, those are real steps towards, and those are like real hard, I wouldn't say hard, but those are real.
Those are suggested. I've been doing this.
But you listen, though. Like that, like suggestions could come, but you actually listen. Because those are serious steps. You just don't go to Second City because you're thinking about, learning how to talk in a room of 10 people, and you want to be the hitman in the room of 10 people. You know what I mean?
That's where you put the time and the effort in writing a dialogue where it's not idiot or stupid. These are all words you're not supposed to use. Right. These are the words that are common in my vocabulary.
Right. So
I would have to say with comedy, if individuals watch comedy, go and support live comedy. Like, live comedy is where it's at. And like, if you go see people in real life.
Right.
Support in real life, please. Right. It is something that is a human experience, and please don't forget about these human experiences. These are the memories that go with you.
But yeah, this is really cool. Those that saw my comedy routine here, it was not bad. Judge me later.
Yeah, you did really well. You did very well.
Thank you. But yeah, this was a blessing to have you on, brother. And out of all this and your experiences, hopefully they can put it all together. What did he do again?
Tommy Martin. I'm bored. Tommy Martin. I've had so many jobs. No, for real. I could say I've done carpentry, landscaping, roofing, printing. Like every stupid.
So if you gave up your comedic route right now, you could actually be skills of the trades.
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta get licensed and all this weird shit now. So if you really want to say, hey, I want to go into that, I want to be like a Red Seal and all that weird stuff, you're gonna invest 4 or 5 journeyman, whatever. You gotta invest 4 or 5 years. Those places I can go work. It's just but there's no fulfillment for me. I get more fulfillment speaking about my human experiences with other people that are going through things, because addiction, suicide, mental health, you need to laugh. You can't say you need to laugh about it, but be in a good place. Because these are things that are not spoken about, and I'm gracious to be your survivor from these things where I'm not doing heroin, fentanyl, beep those things, where it's emergency in Ontario. Where are we, Ontario? It's emergency everywhere. Right. And I can't be happy that it's an emergency everywhere because it's nothing being done about it. Right. So I'm blessed to go through that, I guess, myself.
There's other people who've done a lot of things similar to what you've done. They've probably changed it, working, done their own thing. They may be doing an Uber. They may be doing other things, right? But that's part of the transition. as part of you coming out the big house and recouping everything and trying to get back into regular society with the hardships, and then you're battling your addiction, and like you said earlier, just allowing and giving thanks to some of the couch surfing that you did, and to allow people, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's some people or some moments in your life that allowed things to happen for the positive, and you kept your mind. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You kept it, brother. It's you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But thank you to everyone. Some people may not know that gratitude is the best attitude. It could be annoying to a lot of individuals because sometimes they may not have the full gratitude. Some people are selective with their thank yous compared to this being gratitude full 100.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
so
right.
I'm just appreciative of. I'm just looking forward to the shit that happen in the future. As much as I don't know what it is.
Right.
That's the fear. You can't say it's fear of the unknown.
Right.
It's just hopefully the things that I'm doing will take me to where I'm going.
What are you doing now? So somebody, if they want to reach out and get a hold of you, and you know what I mean?
At the moment, you could find me on the Instagram, social media. That's at RAYSEE8. One thing I learned is if you can have a conversation with anyone, it can be a useless conversation. If you can take something from that conversation and learn, you got so much value from that conversation, even though it was nothing.
Exactly. One sec.
Things.
And how was addiction like running? If you were doing your comedy and all that, how did addiction affect that?
Well, if I had my addiction, I wouldn't be able to do the stage because I would be doing the drugs.
So it doesn't give you that performance.
No, it would be a hinder. It wouldn't be anything to help. And for me personally, that's not my choice or calling. I would not. I don't have any desire. It's a scary thing to say is to touch those or that substance.
Is there any last thing in terms of lived experiences that you can share that would just say we could put the cap on everything that we've been speaking about today?
The scary thing is to say it's difficult being an advocate for men's mental health. I advocate a lot for mental health.
So through your lived experiences, that's what you've kind of noticed.
As like the worst thing to say is as a man, I'm gonna get canceled. As a man, I can't even say that. Stand up and say I'm a man, I'm proud, I cry at times, I go through these things without being shamed or ostracized or weird stuff where other individuals are able to speak about their emotions openly and freely, where I guess it's just maybe it's just me.
Based on your point, I've seen there's a movement where they're kind of like understanding, accepting, and they're trying their things, but
because the scary thing is it's the development. Because once you go through these things, going through young, I experimented with a lot of substances when I was younger. These are things where it's horrible to be. I don't even want to be a specialist in this. But if there was a specialist, I hope to whatever that I got the horrible position and I could speak about it. Because certain individuals shouldn't go through those processes. So it's learning to address and identify it really early. Because if you find it out later, you're dead. Not like that. Of course, it's difficult to get out of that. So I would hopefully hope that, preventative measures. If I could prevent something or hope to assist in something where I have the lived experience in it, all free game. I'm like an open book.
I think there's possibilities. I think just me and you, or just you and I in here speaking, I think there's a possibility of us kind of connecting and using our platforms to spread a little bit more awareness of what's happening. And I'd love for us to kind of do that a little bit more in our own way, in our own unique way.
That's the scary thing. When you quit your job, it's basically, you're like an alien. You're like an alien because where are you getting everything from? You gotta hustle this, that, use your resources or your mental, because
there's no books for this, but
no, there's nothing written. This is where you make your own blueprints.
Right.
And if you have the blueprints, hopefully you can share your blueprints with other individuals. It won't be the same thing that will work for me, that will work for you.
Right.
But these are some things that hopefully you could tweak a bit and hopefully add your own and grow and prosper.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys out there. And this was amazing. Thank you again, brother.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Slowly +1. Peace.
Boom, boom. RAYSEE.